Thank you.
Lovely. Yeah, of course.
I know. I don't know why it's just started doing that recently. All right, you guys. I'm so excited to introduce you guys to Zane. I've been talking to a lot of high school seniors who are dancers. They're graduating this year. They've lived through probably one of the most extraordinary times of deciding, like, do you go professional? Do you go to college? What do you decide to do? Zane, good to see you. I don't think I've seen you for a couple years now.
It's been a while.
It's
Yeah.
been a while. It's been a pandemic. What has the last year looked like for you, especially being at Westside Ballet here in Los Angeles? I know that they've gone through extraordinary measures to keep the doors open and keep you guys performing.
Yeah, no, it's been pretty gnarly because I've just been wanting to dance as much as possible, especially with Corona. Early on, it was really, really tough because there wasn't really a structure yet of Zoom classes and good protocol with dancing with masks on. So initially, I was going all the way over to Long Beach every morning, driving just to random studios, trying to get as much dancing as possible so I could keep training. And then Westside opened back up, which was lovely, just a few months into the pandemic. So I've been dancing with a mask on, it's been really rough because it's hard to breathe, but I'm starting to look at it more of as a positive, just training myself and going more all out. Just as last week we got to dance with our masks off officially starting, and I could tell the stamina was just really there. It's different. So yeah, it's been tough, but it's good.
Yeah, I went and saw the dress rehearsal for your spring workshop, which was fantastic, by the way. And I know
Thank you.
being able to pull those masks off, I think probably was a really big deal for the final performance. What is, a lot of dancers have been talking about the stamina. What are you noticing that's been a little bit different over the last year, and maybe some things that you have to sort of recapture in your training?
Smiling is so hard. It was so much harder than I thought it would be. Just because we did our first run through with our masks off, and a lot of the teachers were watching. Like afterwards, they were saying like, "What's different?" I couldn't even tell because it takes a second. You're so used to seeing everyone with their mask on, and then you see them with their mask off, and you're dancing with your mask off. It's just you kind of lose the feeling. And even if it's been a little subliminal, practicing and training over the last few months, my face gets a little distorted, because you're really working hard, and you don't have to be thinking as much about, oh, I need to present this as, oh, it's easy. And that's really a keystone of ballet, is working really hard and making it look like it's super easy. So having something so significant kind of be taken out of the equation is weird, but getting back into it, trying to smile again. So that's been the toughest thing for me, mask wise.
What have you learned about yourself in this year? Because I think for some dancers, they some said, you know what, I needed the break. And then other dancers I've talked to said it made me appreciate dance more because I missed it when I wasn't able to do it.
Mm, I'd say it's a little bit of both for me. The thing I definitely miss the most is performing, because I love that energy and I love just being able to share dance with other people. Um, but honestly, it hasn't been too bad for me just because I've been able to dance, which I'm very thankful for. So as long as I've had that time to be able to dance, I've just been focusing on the positive, keep moving, keep developing the technique and the skill, and yeah.
All right. Well, I'm excited because you are headed next year, or I should say this coming fall.
Yes.
Yes, to New York University's
Very
Tisch School of the
excited.
Arts, where I myself graduated just a couple of years ago. But I had an incredible experience there. And I think the one thing in going to any of the New York City schools is that the city is your campus versus going to somewhere else where you have a beautiful traditional college campus.
Hmm.
And that's what I loved about it because it's such a unique experience. What made you decide that NYU was the right school for you?
A lot. I'm very excited. First off, a lot was there. I love New York as a whole. I love the city. I love Manhattan. I love the dance energy there and the culture. And there's so many different kind of people, and there's just everything happening, good and bad. And it's just very unique. There's no ecosystem really like it, in my opinion. New York is its own beautiful thing. And then with all of the opportunities for Broadway and dance and performing, it just seemed perfect. I've always wanted to be in New York. And then if you toss on top of all of that, this amazing prestigious school with some of the best staff ever, I'm just so excited to be taught by. And Sean Curran, who I got to speak to, I'm just overwhelmingly excited.
Yeah, they've got a great
Yeah.
staff and you'll get a great education on top of your dance education, which is great. I know that when I spoke with you a couple years ago and Robbie Fairchild was in,
Hmm.
and he's been a mentor of yours, you really look to him because of the work he's done outside of New York City Ballet, going to Broadway. And is
Absolutely.
that
Yeah.
still an interest and still kind of
Of
a good
course,
fit?
of course, of course. My plan has been, I was just talking to my dad about this, was funny. Um, when I'm in New York, I just want to try and audition for as much stuff as possible. So like no matter what it is, I'm just gonna do everything, and then hopefully we'll figure something out. And yeah, try new things, because I love how he went with that and tried something unconventional, especially for a ballet dancer and someone who's been focused into a company like that. So for me to have a step out and going to a university, that's even better, because there's more diversity and I'll be able to find out what I want to do.
And NYU allows you to work professionally while you are there. Some conservatories at college level do not allow you to audition until you've graduated.
Yeah,
NYU,
I do appreciate that, because
yes.
that was going to be, yeah, I was looking at some other schools and I saw that. It was very, very sad to me.
Did you apply anywhere else? Were
I
you looking at
did.
other?
Yeah, I applied to a few other places, a lot of which I didn't hear back from because I was very impatient. I heard back from NYU and I said, okay, I'm going.
Done.
That's first, yeah, first choice. So a lot of the big schools that I applied to, I don't even know if I got into or not, because didn't bother waiting. So like Columbia and whatnot. I was going to go to Indianapolis though.
Oh, you were Indiana
Yeah,
University?
yes, because they have such a good ballet conservatory.
You do.
And I had a good friend go there, and he said I would love it. He thoroughly enjoyed it. He's a male ballet dancer as well. Yeah, but NYU just won by that much. So that's
You
where
know,
we're
and it makes
headed.
sense. You kind of have to go with where your heart's telling you to go. And there's so much opportunity in New York City. Did you, because this has always been a big dilemma when a senior
Mm.
graduates, did you think about postponing college and going directly into a professional career, or was always the college track?
Okay, okay. That's so tough. That's weird, because I feel like I've always been someone who really rolls with the punches. I don't like having a plan. Um, just even to like very, very small levels, like even just in dancing, it's very hard for me to keep structure. I like to just move and see what happens, and that's why I'm moving more into modern now, with NYU and choreography, so it's gonna be exciting. But I don't know. I've wanted to be in a company, and I feel like there's a certain point where it's not that you can't, but it's what's going to be a more beneficial journey, if you will,
Mhm.
in your like dance and what I want to obtain and what I want to go for. Because initially, I always want to be a company. I want to be an ABT, and I'm like, oh, this would be so cool to be a core solo dancer. But as I'm getting older and as I've been dancing more, I've been learning so much more about dance, and I feel like my sorry, words hard. When I was younger, I was very like tunnel vision into this is what I want to do. And then as I've gotten older and I've danced more and I've tried more different kinds of dance, I see there's so much more, just paths and different things you can do with dance, and so many things people haven't figured out yet. So maybe I don't want to go into a company. Maybe I want to try a bunch of different things, figure out something new, and figure out what happens from there. I don't know. Really just roll with the punches. I don't know.
Yeah, you know what's interesting too? A lot of the seniors that I've talked to this year, a lot of them initially had thought that they were going to start their professional career right at 18, and whether it was coming to LA or going to New York or looking at a company, and because of the pandemic, they realized that maybe that they would follow the college track.
Mhm.
And because it felt a little bit safer in this situation where everything was so unknown over the last year and a half.
Yeah.
One girl who I spoke, Destiny Wimpy, who is up in Pacific Northwest Ballet, she's doing both. So she's
Nice.
like doing like part-time college, but she's also doing the professional program up there. Others went to a company. Others, I was trying to think who else. Oh, Ellie Wagner decided to go to Ohio State to do dance team and then get college
Nice.
education. So it's really interesting. Like instead of this is what you have to do, people said, you know what, I'm gonna kind of open my mind and see what follows.
Yeah, like it's already been such a wacky, let's just try something a little unheard of. Me personally, I don't think I could ever multitask being both like hard company school at the same time. That sounds really, really tough. So I have so much respect for people to do that.
Yep.
Oh
But
yeah.
you'll be doing it though, because you'll be. I was like,
Yes.
let me just tell you, at Tisch, I was like,
Mm.
you will have your academic classes and you will have, a long day of dance, and then you go back. Like I remember, it was like,
Just under an official name though, so it's
yes,
less.
in
Yeah.
your brain it works out differently, but it
Hmm.
really was. My roommate freshman year was so astonished at how many hours we were at school because we would do, the whole morning block at school at dancing, then you'd go to your core academics in the afternoon, and then you'd come on back for a couple
Back
more
for
classes,
rehearsal all night.
and then you'd
Yeah.
have rehearsal all night. So
Ooh.
yeah, no, but it was great. I mean, I loved it. I loved every minute of it. But my friend who was just at the College of Arts and Sciences was like, "You don't have Fridays off?" I'm like, "No, we go Monday through Friday. The rest of NYU went to school Monday through Thursday." And I was like, "Well, wait a minute. We're working a little bit harder than you."
Yeah, good for, oh, I'll be there in a minute, but good for you. Nice.
What a lot of people don't know is that the NYU program is traditionally 3 years, 2 summers, or you can do it in 4 years. Have you thought about which one you're going to do?
I have thought about it. I'm not settled on what I want to do yet. I think I'll be there for the whole 4 years. I
Mhm.
do really like that they have that 3 year there though, because I was thinking about it, it gives you so much time to be able to go and have some kind of dance career earlier and really just get started. So they don't waste any time getting you ready to go and just out there,
Get you
which I
out
love,
there.
especially in New York. It's just, it's perfect. So I don't know yet. We'll find out. We'll find
Yeah,
out.
you've got time to figure it out. I did it 3 years, 2 summers. I'm just letting you know.
Okay.
And I enjoyed it, but there were a lot of my classmates who would I think they did 3 years and then they did a full semester, what would be their senior year, and then they were done. So it's whatever works for you, honestly.
Cool.
Yeah.
I
But
like the
things to think
flexibility
about
though.
over the
Yeah.
next few years.
Of course. Yeah.
Well, excellent. Thank you so much for your insight, because it's really been interesting hearing everyone's perspective this year, because I don't think that it's a black and white answer anymore. I think it's
Not
really
at
like,
all. No.
yeah, where's the journey going to take you?
Hmm.
Well, I'm looking forward to following your journey. Have a great time being an NYU Violet.
Thank you. Thank
We
you.
don't
Thank you.
have the sexiest like team mascot as a Violet, but you
It
know what? Go
works.
purple and
Yeah.
white. And wishing you all the best. Congratulations, Zane.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
You bet. Talk to you soon.
Have a good one.